Good afternoon, respected ma'am and my classmates. My name is Lara Puirate from 5th semester, CND department, and my topic for today is on food loss. Food being the basic need of all humans and other living organisms. The production and processing of food is a continuous activity with several new procedures and technologies adoption. Thereby, the quality of food needs an emphasis which also protects the consumers by providing safe and suitable foods. Food laws and regulations cover all the related acts with reference to food manufacture, packaging, labeling, marketing, food additives use, dietary supplements, and the mode of food evaluation and the enforcement of practices. National laws and regulatory system fall under two categories: compulsory legislation formulated by various ministries, while voluntary standards are framed by organizations with the main criteria of serving the country. Under the compulsory legislations, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954 is the major law which protects common consumers against impure, unsafe, fraudulently packed labels. PFA Act and rules apply equally to domestic and imported products and cover various aspects of food processing and distribution. The provisions of this act are mandatory and satisfy minimum quality, ensuring safety and consumption of food. With reference to safety aspects, microbiological specifications for seafoods and meat products have been included in detail, while in fruits and vegetable products are specific organisms or mold count limits have been given. PFA covers the various aspects of food and processing considerations in laying down the food specifications. The second main compulsory act is the Essential Commodities Act 1954, which covers a number of control orders, and this operates on the main objectives of regulating manufacture, commerce, and distribution. Standards of Waste and Measure Act 1957, a general act of Essential Commodities Act, is related to food weight and to be recorded in metric units, and specific quantities of package for most of the foods have been directed. Packaging occupies its place from the point of view of safety, quality, and shelf life of the product. To safeguard the interests of the consumer, packaging laws and regulations legislation have been introduced by the government in the form of standards of weights and measured packaged commodities rules 1977. The vegetable oil order is revised in 1988 and liberalized by ordering the replacement of quality tin for packaging of oils in place of tin and certification. The products for export have to undergo inspection and quality checks and are supported by ENCMARC, a voluntary agency. Food Products Food Products Order (FPO) is the licensing agency for all food products industries. Uh, Agricultural Produce Grading and Marketing Act Mark 1937 is the oldest act, comprises the rules for grading and marketing all agricultural products covering cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, spices, oils, and few miscellaneous items and their products. The Food Safety and Standards Bill 2005 passed by the Parliament and assent of the President on the 23rd August 2006 came as a statute book as Food Safety and Standards Act FSSA 2006. The main features of this act is the incorporation of salient provisions of PFA Act along with international legislations, instrumentalities, and Codex Alimentaries Commission related to food safety norms so that it meets the requirements of both domestic and export trade as well as ensure the consumer safety. The global concept is moving towards the food safety programs and to having consumer awareness, imparting training to check the quality and training of food safety and hazard analysis critical control point HACCP for small food processors is the major aspect beside the mandatory inclusion of HACCP labeling directives and quantitative ingredient labeling under the food laws. Codex Alimentarius Commission has brought out a number of standards for processed and quick frozen foods and vegetables, fruit juices, fats and oils, meat, fish and poultry products, cocoa products, milk products and pulses, and methods of analysis of specified parameters. A general clause has been given by CSE for microbial parameters stating the product shall be free from pathogens and shall not contain any substance originating from microorganisms in quantities which may pose health hazards. European Economic Community (ECC) has drawn regulations with reference to European countries as well as for mutual trade with other countries. Government is approving foreign collaborations, joint ventures, 100% export-oriented units, exemption of taxes, etc. The present strategy is to provide the consumer the quality procedures. Food laws came into existence for a number of reasons. Number one, to maintain the quality of food produced in the country. Number two, to prevent exploitation of the consumers by the seller. This could be done by making consumers aware of what to expect in terms of quality when they buy food. Number three, to safeguard the health of consumers. Number four, to establish the criteria for quality of food products since more and more foods were eaten in processed rather than natural form. This results in inability of the consumer to identify the quality of the contents of a packet or a can except through label or a mark of quality that could be identified easily. And on this slide, this slide shows the different marks of food. Number one, the green and red dot marks the food which are vegetarian and non-vegetarian. The green dot marks the food which are vegetarian, and the red mark uh, indicates the food which are non-vegetarian. The FPO mark is a certification mark mandatory on all processed food sold in India, such as packaged food beverages, fruit jams, squashes, pickles, dehydrated food products, and food extracts. The FPO mark guarantees that the product was manufactured in hygienic food safe environment, thus ensuring the product is fit for consumption. India Organic is a certification mark for organically farmed food products manufactured in India. The certification mark certifies that the organic food product conforms to the national standards for organic products established in 2000. The Ecomark is a certification mark used by the Bureau of Indian Standards to produce conforming to a set of standards aimed at the least impact on the ecosystem. The marking scheme was started in 1991. The ISI mark is a standard compliance mark for industrial products in India since 1955. The mark certifies that the product conforms to an Indian standard developed by the Bureau of Indian Standards, a national standard body of India. The Ag mark is a certification mark for agricultural produce, assuring that they conform to a grade standard notified by Directorate of Marketing and Inspection (DMI), Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare under Agricultural Produce Grading Marketing Act 1937. Food laws and regulations are the paramount importance on equal terms with the Drug Act since ingested in larger quantities and they could be harmful to a great extent. There are a number of national bodies regulations such as ACMARC BSI, Prevention of Adulteration Act, etc., to regulate the quality of various fresh and processed food in terms of objectives and subjective quality standards. Thank you.